Here we go! So they're finally here! Performing for you! If you know the words, you can join in too! Sorry for that bad rapping, but anyways, week 1 of the National Pokeball League is finally here. And this time, your San Antonio Swamperts are going up against the New England Patrats run by Bocacha's Battles. This week, I kind of made a bit of a team built around Crest trying to sweep. Looking at his team and what he has, Crest looked like the win condition for this week. But looking at what he brought this week, I'm going to have to be a little bit careful of that Gengar and that Scizor and keep Crest as healthy as possible, and I should be a-okay for this match. So, hope you guys enjoy this week, and let's get this show on the road. So starting off, I'm going to be leading with my Tornadus Therian. He leads off with Mega Lopunny to just get up the Mega and fake out my Torn-T. I'm a Scarf Torn-T, which is what... yeah, I do outspeed this thing, as you'll see later, but turn on, I'm just going to be going for the U-turn. I'm going to go into my Goodra, and this Goodra is packing Superpower just for this Blissey. And that does a meaty chunk. But Blissey is going to be getting off a Toxic on me. And here I'm expecting some sort of switch. So I'm just going to go for the Draco Meteor as he brings out his Spiritomb. I'm max special attack Quiet, and that took it relatively well. So that's probably some sort of especially bulky Spiritomb or something. But I digress. But anyways, gonna go into my Nectar to sponge the Will-O-Wisp, and then try to get a little bit of momentum going on my side. He does go for the Sucker Punch, and I'm just gonna Will-O-Wisp on out and get some momentum going and go into my Empoleon to maybe set up some rocks, roll this thing a little bit with a Scald Burn. I do get a crit here, but he makes up for that crit by going for the Pain Split. But here I'm just gonna be going for the rocks, and I'm just gonna let my Empoleon get a little bit whittled by a Shadow Ball, so I can just get off some Torn Boots and Scalds and whatnot. And here, I'm kind of thinking that he might want to Sucker Punch me again, so I go out in the Crest as I go for the Shadow Ball, and that does not do a lot. Mainly because the Cresselia is a pretty bulky Pokemon. But here, I'm just going to be going for the Substitute, and try to play a few mind games with the Sucker Punch and whatnot. And unfortunately there, Psyshock does not KO the Blissey, but my Crest actually has enough HP investment where I can have my sub still intact after a Seismic Toss, which it shows there, so I can just use this Blissey as set up bait. Right here I get up to +2 with the Calm Mind, and he's gonna break my sub with the Seismic Toss, and I'm just gonna set up again, because no risk, but he just winds up going for the Toxic for some reason. Probably think I wouldn't do it again or something, I don't know. But Crest is just gonna sit in here like a sitting duck, setting up on everything. And it's not looking good for Bocacha's here. But here I'm just gonna be going for a Psyshock and follow it up with a Moonblast just to gauge which would do more. It kind of looks about the same-ish, I guess. Because Scizor has more physical bulk than it does special, I guess. And here, I'm kind of thinking that he's going to go for that Sucker Punch here. So, I'm just going to set up another sub, and then try to get around the Mind Games, and then bop this Spiritomb with a Moonblast, taking it out, getting my Cresselia the first kill of the San Antonio Swamperts season. And now he's going to be sending out Scizor. I'm just going to go for the Psyshock, and since he doesn't have a Defogger and he U-turns here, Scizor's going to die on switch-in. And he's just going to be bringing out Lopunny here. Go straight for the fake out to flinch me and whatnot. And here I potentially could sub, expecting some sort of switch, but I just go for the Psyshock because I don't want to deal with that Lopunny. But now out comes Rotom Wash, and I switch here thinking that this Rotom could be a trick set, and if my Cresselia loses its leftovers and gets Choice Locked into something, that could spell doom. So what I decided to do here is go into my Empoleon. It sponges a Thunder Wave, and I'm just going to let this thing die to a Volt Switch, so I can get the Switch Initiative off his Switch Initiative, and he goes straight out into Gengar. And from here I'm just going to be going into my Scarf Torn-T, so I can just U-turn on out, or just go for the Psychic and trying to bop the Gengar. I kind of ran a calc and thought Psychic was my best play. But here I'm just going to be going on to my Manectrics, so I don't have anything T-Waved or something or other. And I'm just going to be Volt Switching on out, probably expecting the Blissey maybe. But I'm just going to go into my Goodra. That Hydro Pump miss didn't matter too much in the long run. I'm Self-S, and he's just going to get off a Pain Split there. I do try to go for the Superpower, expecting the Blissey, but yeah, that didn't work. But he's just going to opt to Volt Switch on out, and I was expecting this switch, so I just went for the Draco Meteor. And I pretty much assimilate that Gengar from the field of play, and Goodric's got its first kill of the game. But that's not all. Even at -1 attack, Superpower is definitely effective enough to take out that Blissey. But I lose my Goodra, but Blissey's out of the way, and I'm pretty much at a 4-2 advantage. And Rotom will definitely die to Rocks here, so I'm safe to go into Torrentine and just try to go for the Hurricane for the win. But unfortunately I miss, and I get Ice Punched to death, and that is pretty much that for Torrentine. Now I'm going to be going into my Manectric, just to get some double switch action going on. I go into my Crest as he sacks the Rotom, and here I'm going to go back out into my Manectric, because I don't feel comfortable of my Cresselia taking a return and whatnot. So I'm just going to use my Manectric as a pivot, go back into Crest to preserve the differential, and he's going to get off a few returns here, but it's not going to be enough, as two Cresselia Psy-Shocks are going to secure the first win of the season for the San Antonio Swamperts. Next week, we have a pretty scary matchup against Ashley and the Detroit Pinster. It's going to be a tough match with that Zardex and whatnot, but the San Antonio Swamperts will be ready for that Zardex. So, good game, Pokechaws, and can't wait to battle you next week, Ashley. Rate, comment, sub, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.